We've got a mix of people who are attending our session today. Some are very sophisticated, but we have a lot of sort of newbies. All of you have a lot of experience here. Maybe you could give a little bit of advice for people just getting started on the account-based marketing path. What's been something that is helpful for you in your path, and some advice you might give? Fiona?
Well, one thing I was going to say was that, and I think anybody who's on my team will know this, I always say, start with the word pilot. Just like position everything, if you're starting out as a pilot, like it gives you space, it gives you the freedom to test and learn, and it gives you the time to work with like your sales partners and other cross-functional partners. So definitely pilot. I just keep throwing that word out again and again. Second thing I would say,
wish I had known you several years ago, because I rolled out mistake number one. I rolled out a big program. I should have concentrated it in one small sales team or done a pilot. Mistake. That's great advice.
Yeah. Second thing I would just say to that is pick the right account. I think when you start, I think the temptation is to go for your biggest, most highest revenue generating account. And one thing, and this is kind of the hard piece, you have to really kind of like work with your sales colleagues to say, actually, we want to work with the account where we can really, with marketing efforts, push the door open. And like, is there a viable, like, are we relevant to this particular account? Can we do even any more? And then pick the right sales partner who's going to be a great champion, who's going to get in kind of like, I want to say kind of get into the weeds with you and just kind of like be a partner who's going to give you time. So yeah, so right account, and then the right sales partner who's really going to be also a champion and an advocate across the rest of the organization. So that would be my top tips for starting.
Let me just get specific. Like, what would be the characteristics of an account that you may want to pilot? You said not the biggest account, but what would be the nature of that account where you'd want to pilot something?
Where you believe there may be, for example, be new buying centers within the account that you haven't had a chance to kind of like engage with, or perhaps there's decision makers that marketing uniquely can create some value, which will open up conversations, or where actually, you have some really good competitive, like within other customers, you have really good examples of where, your brand or your organization can add value. So those are kind of like, there's a door half open, and marketing is going to help push the door wider.
Really helpful. Gabrielle?
Yeah, so I think the other piece that's important is to get the right education up front. Certainly in 2013, we kind of just dived in. It was a pilot, but we still dived in. Not really completely sure what we were doing, but all with the right intentions. But certainly this time, so last year, the whole team went through an accreditation program, actually understood where to start, all of the piece around the client insights. I mean, it was grueling. I can't say it was easy training, but it was really worth doing because you almost felt like you had experience. You certainly had a good starting point when you started to engage with sales and, of course, the clients.
But I think
loads of partners out there, of course, that do that. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I was going to mention that I have agreed with the training and the pilot thing. I think it's sometimes also good to like have, and I think it's kind of like someone that is so obvious might go under the radar. Is kind of like have an objective and have an end game. Like, what are you trying to achieve? Like I've developed programs as well where we get really, really excited about, oh, we're gonna do this, and then you bring the team in. It's a tiger team. It's kind of like we're gonna do it, and then you start developing things. But then suddenly you're like, but actually, what are we trying to achieve? Like, how much do we want to grow this client before? Are we going to like try to achieve more engagement with the account? Or are we trying to generate more pipeline? And I think like it's always good to like start with that commercial focus. Just kind of like helps you as well, kind of like align with sales in a more intimate way, because you're both speaking the same language. Because sometimes I feel like if you try to like do all the training up front, in some occasions you might miss like half a year just doing the training, and then half a year building the program, and then you're looking into the next year. So just kind of like that's just my side of the experience.
Yeah, that's really helpful. I have seen a lot of people start programs, they get excited, they form the Tiger team, but there's no measurement. They don't have a goal in mind. They just want to do account-based marketing for the sake of it. and that's a big mistake. I'm just